What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Playboy Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Lopez. Next one joining just a bit is on the way home from the undisclosed location. Um, if he doesn't duck, knowing that guy, he says to go to production, maybe be a meteorologist, take the football, and he doesn't. All that talk, but he doesn't come on the podcast to do it to me. Um, First and foremost, go ahead and subscribe that button, hit the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. Um, do whatever you need to do about that. Like I said, I hope y'all are having a fantastic weekend. We're doing it on Friday nights because because people work and I want to be considerate of their time. You know, so that's how I see it for you for y'all. But follow follow us on Apple Podcasts. Follow us there. We're gonna post our episode tomorrow night. So it'll be on Apple. Give us a follow, give us a review. Still learning this stuff out, trying to get big tech and whatnot. Anyways, um, I want to thank everybody that was there for my family last week. That one of my grandpa passed away. I want to thank everybody that prayed for us and our comfort and my family and those who actually care. If you don't care, well, go kick Crocs with no shoes on. So that's all I gotta say about that. We're gonna move on to more. Now we're gonna move on to some sports now. So on Sunday, this past last Sunday, men's USA hockey team wins gold. Since the miracle on ice in 1980. So I got a lot to say about this. Okay, 1980 was the miracle on ice. Al Michaels was on the call, and I'm not a hockey fan. I'm not a big hockey person. I think it's kind of weird to watch. Sometimes it's a little bit slow paced, but I admire those guys. I think it's a cool sport though. Wayne Gretzky to me, I've only known thing I know about hockey is Wayne Gretzky. That's all I know about hockey is Wayne Gretzky, the GOAT, him and the one that broke his record. Forgot his name. But this is pretty awesome. This is an amazing achievement for USA hockey. I'm gonna see how long ago that was. Let me see, 2026 to 1980. That was 46 years ago, guys. My mom was 1 years old. My mom was a baby. My dad, he was either a kid or middle school. I'm not really sure. But wow, 46 years ago, guys. That's pretty impressive. Props to them. Props to them. That's pretty impressive to see that. So, anyways, moving on to more. That's pretty awesome to see that. Props to USA Hockey. They were there at the State of the Union address on Tuesday. Um, that's pretty awesome to see that how awesome USA wins. You know, where what it doesn't matter what sport. We USA wants to be the best. We want to be the best in country, the best country in everything. Soccer. I know we suck at soccer, but that's all right. Same with track and field. Usain Bolt wins that. Actually, no. Summer Olympics actually Noah Lyles won, so props to them. It's pretty impressive to see how USA likes to win. We like to win. Me personally, I like the Olympics. I think Olympics is a cool sport. Cool sport. I think I think it's awesome to see that. So but yeah, props to USA hockey team for winning that gold in Italy. Um, Shout out to Mike Tirico. Mike Tirico called the Super Bowl. Then the next week, flies to Italy. Props to that guy. Props to Mike Tirico. Props to you, man. That's insane. That's work. And you're doing the NBA too, man. Props to Mike Tirico for being the best. That's awesome. Speaking of NBA, now we're gonna move on to NBA now. Speaking of NBA, March 3rd, It'll be a throwback with Detroit versus the Spurs. Bob Costas back on the NBC with Doug Collins and the Isaiah Thomas, the big three back. NBC is back on NBA. I'm actually looking forward to watching it. I'm catching up on YouTube, and I'm catching up on every basketball team out there. That's good. I've been stuck to football for so long and golf, so catching up slowly, but getting there. Um, so speaking of Lakers basketball, Lakers have lost 3 straight in a row. We lost last Sunday. They lost. They lost against the Suns. They blew a lead, and we lost yesterday. So why is this happening? I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Luka Doncic is a shot chunker. He chunks shots. He just does. I'm gonna give you the exact stats that I saw. Um, so this is the exact stat I see right now. How many shots? So on Thursday, Luka had 41. So he took 21 shots on Tuesday against the Magic. Scored 22 points, by the way. He took 30 shots. On Sunday against the Celtics, he was 9 from 22 in the field. 0 from 10 from 3. The Lakers are not using LeBron right. That's the problem with the Lakers. That's the problem. They don't know how to use LeBron. LeBron James is arguably a top 5 player in the NBA today. Okay, he's top 5. He's better than 90% of the people playing right now in today's game. I mean, against the Magic, LeBron had 28 points, but because of Luka shooting like a freaking idiot. Look at this. This is what Luka does. I study this guy. Okay, this is what Luka does. This is what bothers me about Luka Doncic. Luka goes on the court. Okay, gets the ball from inbounds. Does 5 dribbles between his legs. A step back 3. Either it goes in or it goes out or he misses it. Same crap again. Step back 3 doesn't make it. Okay. Well, I hit Luka, pass the ball, quit doing step back 3 all the time. And the crazy thing is, these are not open step back 3s. These are contested, tough shots. Like not even Steph Curry can do. Kobe Bryant, people blame him for shot chucking big time. You know the thing about Kobe Bryant though? He wasn't doing stupid crap like that. He'd go to the rim, go to the foul. He would go to the mid range and shoot, pull up. He wouldn't do the same crap every single time. He dishes the ball to Derek Fisher, or give the Pau Gasol, or before them, Shaq and Horry. Okay, like this guy, Luka just does the same dribble, step back 3, and it's freaking annoying. It's annoying. I don't know how to describe it. It's just really annoying the fact that this guy does a step back 3 in their face and likes to miss it, or he misses it, or it goes in. Luka leads the league in turnovers. That's why they're losing games. Because of Luka, we're gonna get bounced out in the first round. You know, here's the deal. Maybe the Luka LeBron doesn't fit after all. At least with AD, yeah, he gets hurt, but we were playing defense. We had a center who actually cared. JJ ain't putting DeAndre in pick and rolls like an actual point guard does, making plays like that. DeAndre Ayton does looks lost out there. Doesn't look happy. He looks soft. And LeBron is open. He's like, come on, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. LeBron looks annoyed when he's on the bench. Like, man, this team sucks. That's the problem with Luka. It's Luka and AR. AR does a stupid ball handling dribble, makes a tough shot too. Like, this is just frustrating as heck. It's so frustrating because of Luka and AR, we ain't gonna win crap in the first round. I can't wait till LeBron leaves the LA because this franchise sucks. Okay, they suck. They don't appreciate LeBron enough. They like to compare it to a 25-year-old man. LeBron's better than Luka by far in his team. Luka just chucks up shots. That's why the Lakers are losing. That's why they're losing. Not because of LeBron. It's because of Luka. JJ needs to stop giving Luka the number one option, and for once, give the ball up to LeBron for once, man. Luka is by far the worst. Don't get me wrong, he's talented. You know, I mean, last Friday he went crazy and cooked the Clippers. But this guy just sucks. He's chucked shots. Makes a stupid shot off a freaking setback three, and then goes in and goes out. A tough contested shot from half court. Somebody blitzing the pick and roll blitzes him, bro. It's frustrating to see it. I just can't, bro. I actually don't. I don't know, bro. Luca. I don't know, bro. I kind of feel bad for Lakers fans because LeBron is going to leave next season because this team sucks. They just suck. The media handlers are like, LeBron's washed up. You know, yeah, 15 points the other night. Well, it's because Luka ain't giving the ball up. JJ ain't giving LeBron any piece of the ball whatsoever. That's just frustrating to me because here's the deal. Luka's a talented player. Okay. But he needs to stop doing this crap. There's a reason why the Mavs traded this guy. And this is exactly why. Because Luka's not in shape. Luka can't even play defense, bro. He cannot stop a code for your freaking line, bro. He can't guard a parked car. He can't stop a nosebleed. That's how bad he is on defense. That's how bad he is on LeBron's like, man, this team sucks, bro. Give me the ball. Because when LeBron takes over in the game, it's the number one primary option. It looks a lot smoother on offense. A lot smoother. Because people ain't, number one, he ain't shot chucking. So if I'm the Lakers, if I'm JJ, let LeBron get the number. Let LeBron be the number one option on your team. Because clearly Luka ain't doing anything for y'all. So, what you think, chat? What y'all think about what I said about that? I know I sound a little harsh right now, but I just think that Luka just chuck shots. It's frustrating too because I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Look at this. He's a shot chucker, guys. That's all Luka does is it's chunk shots and you know all that stuff. Um, but I don't know. I just think that Luka just makes me mad. I just don't know what to say no more about this. You know, Luka is just like that's why they're losing. I mean, who will see when the next time play? Lakers. When do the Lakers play next? Let me see it real quick. When the Lakers play next? Lakers play tomorrow night against the Warriors. Well, that was his test. If you listen to the Warriors, the Lakers are cooked. It's because JJ Redick is being an idiot for some reason, not giving Luka the ball. So I don't know what to tell you about that. Moving on to more. So speaking of Luka Doncic, um, back to Luka. He can't. I don't think he can lead a team to a championship because he has bad habits. He plays to the refs. Doesn't play defense. Step back three, chuck shots, and is like, man, to stop. Stop. So, anyways. So, more basketball news out there. Kendrick Perkins on First Take says Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer ever. Is Perkins right? Well, okay. He's wrong. Here's my top 5 scorers of all time in basketball. It's LeBron, it's Jordan, it's KD, Kobe, and Steph Curry. Here's why. Here's Jaden, guys. Jaden, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's up?
So, Jaden hasn't been on the pod. He's been busy with work. But yeah. So, is they gonna join Jaden?
Huh?
Nick?
I don't know if Nick's gonna join or not. I haven't heard anything from him.
But yeah. So, Jaden, so what's your thoughts on men's USA hockey team winning, bro?
Honestly, that's crazy. I mean, we've been forever since we won gold in hockey.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like the U.S. doesn't necessarily shine as much in the Winter Olympics as much as they do in the Summer Olympics.
Yeah.
So for the U.S. to come out and pull out a gold medal, I think it's huge. I think it's pretty huge for the U.S. Especially since it's been a while, and especially in hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, T5? Pinter Entertainment. I don't know if I said that right. USA won, bro. It's crazy, man, how USA won. Yeah, I was saying that earlier because USA hasn't won since 19. They haven't won since the USA hockey team and gold since like 46 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So more now move on to basketball now. Um the Lakers have lost 3 straight at home. I don't know if you've watched the Lakers this season or basketball this season. I've been watching them. Um why do you think this is happening? Is it like what do you think it is?
Honestly, I don't know. Their defense hasn't been great, um, and I feel like they're trying to rely on Luca too much a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to make Luca the leader of this team now, trying to pass the torch type of thing. But I think I mean I get that they're trying to reserve LeBron and trying to let his career last out, and I don't know. I feel like they just need they can utilize LeBron more. I feel like they have a lot more scoring options, and I feel like they're trying to just use Luka as their main scoring option right now, and I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree with you about that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of hate watching Luka now. He's probably the most unwatchable player because I mean, for instance, on Sunday, last Sunday, Luka was 9 from 22 from the field,
Yeah,
chucking up shots. And this is what Luka does. Luka gets the ball from the inbounds, okay? Goes to the full court. Does like a low ball handling combo, step back three, goes in and or he misses it. What the crazy thing is though is that it's a contested shot and a good shot attempt. I'm like, dude, I'm like for instance, Jalen Brown Sunday night did a good job on Luka. He's doing the same crap. Step back three, goes in, goes out. And then top of that, doesn't go in, goes to the paint, does a stupid pass, turns the ball over. And I'm like, dude, what are you do? Are you like, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're actually gonna make me turn off the TV and I'm not gonna lie to you, Luka. He's really just a shot hunker, bro. I just can't. I mean,
yeah,
on Thursday night, this dude shot the ball 22 times. Tuesday night, he was terrible Tuesday night. He shot the ball 28 times on Tuesday night against the Magic, and he lost the game. And with LeBron, I watched the game. I watched LeBron play when he's the primary ball handler. It looks a lot better offensive wise. LeBron
yeah,
gives you 25 points per night still at 41. That's insane to me. Um, if I'm LeBron, I can't wait for LeBron to get out of Lakers next season and go back to the Cavs because he can't win a chip with the Lakers more. This team sucks. AR, same crap with him. Crossover between the legs, misses the shot. Tough shots too. Gets locked up too. He's a little guy. He ain't big. He ain't athleticism. He ain't athletic as LeBron is, or how even Jerry Vanderbilt's a better offensive player than AR is sometimes. And I just think that this team just can't win a chip at all with Luka as a primary ball handler. He has bad habits still. He can't play defense. He can't do anything but just strip the ball, take back three, misses it, goes in. He's just a shot chunker, bro. I just
yeah,
can't. And if people, the thing with him and Kobe, people say Kobe Bryant's a shot chunker too. Well, Kobe Bryant trusted his teammates and made the right play sometimes. Luka doesn't do that.
yeah,
So
yeah. The Lakers are kind of looking like the Celtics last year.
if not worse, because the man, I don't know, bro. This team can. At least that team can defend.
Yeah, the
Because
Celtics were
man,
just they were chunking up shots left and right last year.
I know that's why they almost lost to the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know I think they need to utilize LeBron as more like to facilitate the ball and you
Yeah,
know and he's able to go score if he needs to. But I think putting the ball in Luka's hands first is where they're having a lot of their issues.
yeah, I know. Yeah, Lucas is annoying. He's unwatchable. His plus minus ratio is like -4. So
Yeah.
that's how bad offensive he is. But moving on to more basketball. So on first take today, Kendrick Perkins said Kevin Durant is the greatest scorer ever. Do you agree or disagree with Kevin Perkins about that?
I don't know. That's a tough one because KD he's a great scorer, and even from when he first started in the league playing basketball, he was a great scorer. He would be one of your go to people to um, make shots and especially in important moments as well. But that's hard to say that he's the greatest. I mean, you have a lot of people that you can compare him against, to put him as the greatest. I feel like he's up there. He's definitely, in my opinion, he's probably top in the top five somewhere. I don't know where if I put him at the greatest, but I think I'd put him at least top five, if not even top three, because he is a really good scorer and he's been a great scorer his entire career. So I wouldn't disagree with that, but I don't know. I'm kind of I don't know who I'd put as my top scorer.
Yeah. For me, I have him top three scored. I don't think he's better scored than Jordan or LeBron. Behind, I think he's better than scored than Kobe and Curry. My
Yeah.
top five scorers in order is LeBron, Jordan, KD, Kobe, and then Curry. Here's why I disagree with Perkins about this. Perkins that was his teammate. I understand it. But here's the deal about LeBron James about that versus me about LeBron. Okay, I get it. He played 23 years in the NBA. But here's the deal about that. It's not stat padding. It's because he cares about the game of basketball. Michael Jordan could have broken it, but you know what happened? He retired. Play baseball. Maybe if he didn't retire, he could have broken it. I don't know. But because of the media and pressured him back then, so he retired and played baseball, came back, won 3 more rings, retired again. He was just there to sell tickets. Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles, could have broken it probably. Carmelo was his old, broke his back. So LeBron James, though, in my opinion, is the best scorer than KD because you know what's best about not just because of his record, because what impressed me about LeBron is this: he can post you up, go to the rim, shoot threes, catch the ball or off the dribble. Top of that, stats wise, he's averaged 25 points per game in 22 years playing in the NBA. That's impressive. For a guy that's not even considered a scorer, I mean, averaging 25 points per game for 22 seasons, that's insane. I mean, that's insane. I mean, not a lot of people, not Vince Carter didn't do that.
Yeah.
Dirk didn't do that. They were like out of their prime, but they were in their 40s, late 30s. LeBron's doing this at 39, 30, 38, 40 years old. Top of that, if KD's the greatest scorer ever, his clutch percentage wise, he's 45%. LeBron's 48%. LeBron James has 3 straight 30-point games in his career. He's tied for third, tied with Jordan. Top of that, he had a streak that broke it a couple months ago. This dude from 2007 to 2026. No, 2025, my bad. He had a 1,000-day streak, scoring 10 plus points per game, having 10 plus points in a game for 1,000 plus days. That's impressive. From 2007 to 2025, that's insane.
That is crazy.
Okay. Top of that, yes, LeBron James has averaged 3 seasons, 30 points per game, 10 plus seasons overall, 28 points per game. 17 seasons, he averaged 27 points per games. That's insane. This guy's 40. This guy's ain't stat padding. Cares about the game of basketball. So I understand Perk's argument. I think KD is a heck of a scorer. I think in my opinion, he's a top 10 player of all time. But KD is a baller. He's a ball handler with a 7 foot ball handler with a 7'5" wingspan who can shoot the ball and be athletic as he can be, but he's not better to score than LeBron.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not. If LeBron really wanted to in his prime, LeBron said in his prime, if he really wanted to, he can literally have the scoring title every year. Because he's the greatest NBA athlete of all time, by far. The best NBA athlete who ever played in the NBA. He could have averaged 30 points per game from his prime to now, if he really wanted to. But that's not what LeBron does. He's carried a load since he's been in the league. He led his team in scoring, assists, rebounds, steals, and blocks, and that's LeBron. That's what LeBron does. KD had James Harden and Russell Westbrook. He had Curry, Draymond, and Klay Thompson. He had Kyrie and Harden. Again, he had Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Now he has Amon Thompson. He has Sengun. He has I forgot that one player's name. I mean, they're a stacked team in Houston, a stacked team. So yeah, he's a system player. He has a system. LeBron's a system. So that's all I gotta say about that. And I love KD. Great scorer, great guy. You know, top 10 player of all time in my book. So, but yeah. Speaking of Kevin Durant, yesterday he's now 6 all time behind Michael Jordan. He's the only few players to join the 32,000 club. So where do you rank KD of all time, Jaden?
No.
I know they were top 10 a year ago, but I know people talking about Kevin Durant being a top 10 player of all time now in today's media ever since last night. So where would you rank him?
That's tough because I'm trying to think of where I would put him. I think I have him, up there in the top 10. I feel like I have him probably anywhere between probably in the back half, probably anywhere from 7 to 10. I don't know exactly where I'd put him right now, but definitely more on the back end of the top 10, in my opinion. I mean,
Okay.
KD's a good all around player. I'd argue to put him outside of the top 10 as well. I don't know. I mean, to be 6 all time, I mean that's huge. I mean, he's in the top 10 of all scoring, but there's still a lot of other people that do more than have a lot of points to be good at the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for me, I have him top 10. I'll probably bump off Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
Because KD is just a one of a kind, and he's arguably the greatest wherever. So heck, why not?
Yeah.
So, anyways, moving on to more basketball. So this game just ended a couple hours ago. The Pistons, the number 1 seed Pistons, beat the Cavs. Cavs are 3 seeds so far in the Eastern Conference. But Cade Cunningham is having an MVP caliber season this season. So is Cade Cunningham the league MVP, Jaden? I don't know if you've been watching it. I don't know if you've been watching this team or not, but or
I have a little bit. I haven't been paying a whole bunch of attention, but I have been seeing Cade Cunningham too. I've been seeing him on social media too, and I mean this dude's a beast. He's been having a crazy season. I would argue to say that he's got a good run at MVP. I mean, this last game, uh, he got 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, um, 2 steals. He was all over the court in this game, and he's been consistently doing that. Um, so I mean, I would argue that he has a run for MVP if he keeps this up for sure.
Yeah. For me, he's the league MVP in my book. Kate Cunningham is a beast. I mean, what set the tone for me was when he went to New York City and Madison Square Garden and dropped a 46 triple double on them. After that, I know he had a bad game against the Spurs. Couldn't get anything going because of Wembanyama his presence was there.
Yeah,
But dude, this guy's a beast, man. I mean, I think he might be better than Luka. Heck, he might be a better player than Luka overall. And Kate Cunningham's a beast. Props to him. Um, Behind him, I probably give you Jalen Brown's up there too. Even without Jason Tatum, I'm gonna be real with you. I underestimated the Celtics this season, but Jalen Brown brought this team back up, and
mm-hmm.
I probably give you behind him Ant Man is coming, Wembanyama's coming, so props. I mean, for me that was Kate Cunningham. So
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, he's been going crazy all season long.
yeah, yeah. So so there's a lot of talk about tanking in the NBA. So, in your opinion, do you think teams are tanking for a top caliber draft class this season? Because I know this upcoming draft, you have Darren Peterson coming out, AJ Bensta, Cameron Boozer, Caleb Wilson. So, do you think tanking is a problem? And what do you think the league should do about tanking teams that are tanking? And what I
You
mean by that
know,
because Draymond Green still in the podcast that teams are losing on purpose for a high pick in the draft.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to regulate tanking just because it's hard to put rules behind tanking just because if they play bad, it's on them really. And, I know they're tanking for a higher draft pick. But I mean, if I feel like my deal is if you want to tank and, you don't want to do anything this season, for a better draft pick, I mean, I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like it's not a huge problem just because a lot of people, especially in the early season, will, really push because they want to go all the way, obviously.
Yeah.
I think when tanking starts to become a problem is, you get the teams who are, at the bottom of the seed and at the end of the regular season and they don't have any chance at the playoffs. So let's tank so that way we can get a better spot at the draft. That way, at least we get something out this season. So I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily like I don't know. I think it'd just be really hard to regulate because it's hard to tell people to stop playing bad or just I don't know. I just think it'd be hard to regulate. I think I don't say it's impossible to regulate. I just think it'd be hard to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see your point. I agree with you about that because tanking's always been there in the NBA. I mean, for instance, back in '84, the Bulls were tanking to get Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan stopped that, but he stopped it. The Cleveland Cavaliers tanked for LeBron. You know, um, Now I will say I think some teams you can kind of tell they're kind of selling on purpose.
Yeah.
The first is the Hawks. You know, they're selling. I don't know why they're selling. I think it should be like a little bit of a fine, probably.
Yeah.
Just like, hey man, let's take a chill pill and take him for selling the team. I mean, there's some games out there that I don't watch bad teams. I don't watch bad teams. I'm not that one show where I talk about some stupid crap and then do a box score of teams that no one cares about. We all know who that show is. Um, so I watch good teams and that's all I watch. I don't watch bad teams. I watch good drafts. I watch, and I know this upcoming drafts is good talented players like Cameron Boozer, AJ, and Darren Peterson and Caleb Wilson. But I think there might be like a little. I think there should be like a little bit of a fine, a little bit, like a fine, not even that much, not that much money. Give you $1,000 fine for selling a game because now that's just like you're not you're hurting yourself and you're hurting your staff members. So do $1,000 fine or stop tanking and go from there. See where that works out.
Yeah.
So
My only deal with that is like there could be a time where a team just has a bad game and someone argues that they tanked the game,
yeah,
and then
that's
so then they
yeah.
have a they have a
Oh, you froze. Well,
and
Jaden.
then
Oh, there you are.
hello. Sorry, my thing froze.
Yeah, you're good, and I can hear you. What'd you say?
Just tell
All
me.
right.
It's telling me to shut my mouth. Just stop talking.
I bet Absop is watching us right now. He's getting a CIA watching us.
Yeah. No, but I was just saying, I think it'd just be hard to regulate in the sense of, someone just really has a bad game, and then someone argues, oh, they tanked that game on purpose, but it was just, they had a bad game. And
Yeah,
it's like, well, now they have $1,000 fine over a game that they didn't tank on purpose. They just happen to have a really bad game, and they just kind of wet the bed that game. So I see where you're coming from, though. I would like to see something happen to where they could, find a good way to regulate that and find a way to, um, be able to judge that.
yeah. I think some teams should deserve it. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like the Hawks deserve to get fined. I
Yeah,
mean, the Hawks are doing. You can tell they're doing it on purpose a little bit.
yeah,
I'm not saying that's. I'm not saying like every team should. But I know Lakers care.
yeah,
I know the Pistons care. I think here's the deal. I think if you're like the 10th seed, if you're selling kids on purpose, you should probably find them a little bit.
yeah. I think I can see that. I think even like, to play it on the safe side, you could start with like a warning
Yeah,
and just be like, you do this again, then you're going to be fined for it. So that way, there's some insurance that, hey, like make sure you don't tank, make sure you're not intentionally tanking.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
prove to us that you don't want to get fined.
yeah, yeah. Because some teams are kind of getting a little out of hand, and I get it. This is a good draft coming out. Sure, good players coming out of the draft this season. It'll be an interesting draft class for sure. But yeah. So now we're moving on to more. Now we're gonna move on to college basketball. So JT Toppin is out for the season. He was kind of been in a little bit of the rock. So do you think this will affect Tech going in March Madness?
Um, I think that he was definitely a key factor into Tech success this season. Um, he was kind of able to be good on both, or he was good on both sides of the court. Um, and so I think with him being out, I think it's definitely going to affect them, especially March Madness. I think it's gonna, they're gonna have to adjust a little bit. They're gonna have to, be able to do without him. Um, I think it will affect them. There's a chance that they could still play great without him, but he was definitely a big key factor to how they were doing this season. I think.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's got locked up edge that bench a couple games ago. like locking him up, shutting him down. Like that was crazy to see, and you could tell that against I think this will probably affect it. I think this will probably affect Tech, but hopefully he stays healthy, gets back to normal. So now we move on to more college basketball. So BYU, H.J. Benson is carrying a little bit. So what does H.J. need to do to step up this season going to the March Madness? Because there's sayings out there he can't beat a ranked team. Like Nick said that a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago actually, he can't be a ranked team. So what does he need to do to step up, and to be a ranked team? Does he need to be more aggressive or what?
Yeah, I think so. I think I think their problem is they're not. I think they wait too long to be aggressive, like into the
Yeah,
game. I think they start off the game soft, and I think if they were to start off the game more aggressively and establish some sort of rhythm and get some good points early, and then they still keep the same energy at the back half of the game, then I think they'd be able to have a better shot there. Um, but um, I think definitely him, coming in and helping to establish a better rhythm, and just overall, I think if the team was more aggressive early in the game than rather later, then I think they would have a better chance.
yeah, yeah. Here's the deal. He's been playing good a little bit now, but he does. They kind of wait a little bit. I don't know why he waits a lot to get involved.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this guy was the number one prospect coming out of high school this past season. Like AJ, step up. You're training with LeBron, you're training with KD. Step up for once, bro. Like, be aggressive on beginning to the end. You know, don't wait till like the second half or like 5 minutes to the second half to get better. Like, just
Hmm.
step in, bro. Like, ain't that hard, bro. Lock
Yeah,
in. He's
I
a lock
agree.
in. He's a lock in. Um, but so moving on to more college basketball out there. So Darren Peterson has been a subject this past couple of weeks, saying he's doing low management in college basketball. For instance, last week there was a game. He shoots a shot, turns around, tells his coach, "Get me out of the game because of cramps." And Darren Peterson has had 11 injuries this season with the flu, with what I forgot. Let me see. I had it the other day. Let me look at that real quick. Yeah, TPT. Oh, I almost said that. My sources out there. Um, Darren Peterson injuries. Y'all didn't hear that. Okay, this is Darren Peterson this season. Okay. God, this guy has a lot of injuries. Oh my goodness. Hamstring tightness. He missed 7 games. Wow. Ankle sprain. Missed 10 games. Cramps. This guy's missed 11 games this season, bro. This is insane. I mean, this guy's worse than a girl. For cramps, bro, like, is he on his stuff or what? Um, bro, he's having cramps. I don't know if this guy's having cramps at. So it's like, okay, this guy's a girl. He's worse than gives this guy a heating pad and sleep with it. Oh my gosh. So the question is, should he be number one pick of the draft besides his injuries?
You put injuries aside and you put all that aside. I think he should be considered the number one pick. I think the thing that they're gonna look at is you go into the league, they're not gonna sit you for cramps. They're not gonna sit you 10 games for because you're cramping. They're gonna say, go to rehab and get through it. We're not paying you all this money so you can sit out whenever you want. So, I think if they look at it just from a talent perspective, I think he still deserves the number one spot right now. Um, I think there's question that, or there's possibility that teams wouldn't want him for the fact that he gets injured a lot, or you know gets cramps.
Yeah.
Um, so I think some teams they may look at it and they'll make him push through the things that he doesn't necessarily need to sit for. Um, so I don't know. I think that's just a pure talent perspective. I think injuries aside, I think he should still be the number one pick.
Yeah. He's a good player. He reminds me a lot of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
Probably more athletic than Kobe coming out of going to the draft. But here's the deal. Okay. This people are questioning this guy's love for basketball. He says his basketball is life, but all his life, but he ain't proving it. This guy's having cramps. A grown man who is my age having cramps. Like that is insane. Like this guy needs to get out. This guy either needs to change his stuff out or get a hitting pad or something, bro. Because this is not how this in the league. This don't work out well in the league. But yeah, moving on to golf stuff. So, Jaden, I've been watching YouTube golf. Okay, so what's your thoughts on Bob Doe Sports?
I mean, I've watched a few of the videos. I've never really been a huge fan. I think there's if I was gonna go sit down and watch YouTube golf, there's plenty of other options I'd pick before I started watching that. I mean, if I'm bored and have absolutely nothing else to watch, maybe. But it's definitely not my first pick. It's not my go-to for something that I'd want to, say, oh, hey, I have free time. Let me go watch Bob Does Sports.
Yeah, here's the deal. Why is his name Fat Perez? Okay, like, why is his name like? Why is his name that?
Bro, I don't know.
Like this guy. For me personally, if someone called me fat, if I was his size, I'll probably be like on my deathbed.
Oh, my word.
Because why is his name Fat Perez? That's the cringiest name. That's not even funny. That's just like you're insulting yourself. Okay, that's number one. I like their collabs with other golfers, but their channel themselves just sucks.
Yeah.
They're cringe. They drink like they're like drinking beer and just being like a frat boy. And it's just weird to me. Bob. I watched. I've been watching their collab with Wesley Bryan and Grant Horvat. They had a tournament this past couple of days, so I don't know if you watched that, Jaden, but
Yeah, I did.
yeah, but dude, just change your name to Fat. Just stop. Like I don't want to be associated with Fat Perez, bro. This dude eats Chick-fil-A. I don't know why this guy's. I don't know how this guy gets food on the golf course from Subway and Chick-fil-A on the course. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this is happening.
He door dashes it.
That's to the course.
Probably, bro.
There's no way that's real. There's no way that is real. There's no way.
He's like, hold on, guys. I gotta go pick up my food. They're in like hole 9 in the middle of the course, or hole 7.
Oh my god, dude! Fat Perez is insane. That's the weirdest name I've ever heard in my life. That's a crazy. If someone called you, Jim, what would you do if someone called you that, bro? What would you do?
Bro, I don't even know. That'd be crazy.
Would you doubt yourself?
What?
Would you doubt yourself? Like doubt you're like, man, why am I even here?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, why am I here if you're gonna just talk about me like that?
Yeah, like this guy doesn't care though. Me personally, if someone called me like, I don't know, that's like me calling someone something bad. Like that's just cringe to me. I'm being thrown out there, guys. I'm not trying to be mean here. That's his actual name. Ask Jaden. That's if you watch YouTube golf out there, that's his name. Let's look up Bob Door Sports on YouTube. This is what he looks like. Since you all won't think I'm lying. I know how y'all are. Look. Oh, not that. Look. Whoa. So I'm gonna give you an example of Fat Perez this. This is his actual name. That's fat. So that's his code. That's his code. That's just one of his buddies on the channel. Well, I forgot his name. That's Fat Perez, guys. Okay, watch this. Watch this swing. Nice swing. You know, great golfer. He's probably the best golfer on our channel because the other one sucks. So that's Fat Perez. Okay, and Bob Doe Sports, in my opinion, sucks. Them and Barstool Sports and golf, they suck. I don't know if you watched Barstool Golf before.
Yeah.
I only watched one video of Tiger Woods. Before that, they were bad at golf.
Yeah.
But anyways, so one more subject. So this is the interesting one. I've wanted to ask Nick this. He ain't here. He ducked. All talk, no action, guys. So Nick, Jaden, who are your top 5 athletes you've ever seen?
I'm gonna go in no particular order here because I don't know how I'd rank all these in exact order, but top 5: LeBron, Tiger, probably Tom Brady. I'd probably throw Jordan in there too as well. Who else would I throw in there? For their sport, I think, you could also say someone like Serena Williams. She was pretty dominant, or
Yeah.
she's dominant too. So that'd probably be. I don't really have an order to put those in, but they'll probably be my top 5.
Okay. So mine's gonna be in order. Number
Yeah.
one for me is Tiger Woods. That's just me. Golf is a hard sport. And that look what he did in his prime was amazing. It may look easy, but it probably wasn't.
Yeah.
I looked at it. I look at his warm up. His warm up back in the day. This is just his warm up routine on the course. He hits 18 56 wedge shots, 10 8-iron shots, 4 9-iron shots, 4 5 woods, 6 3 woods, 4 drivers, 8 4-irons, 4 60 wedges, back to 3 wood twice, back to driver twice, and 56 wedge 5 times. That's insane. And top of that, what Tiger Woods used to do when he's practicing on his home course, he would miss a drive. He would miss the fairway on purpose to do some kind of shot to practice every single time. That's pretty insane to me in my book. So that's number 1 for me. It's Tiger Woods. Number 2, it's LeBron James. To me, he's the greatest NBA athlete of all time. His athleticism, 6'9", 260. Even his prime is 275. was his heaviest, running the 4.2 is insane. 45-inch vertical. We'll never see that ever again. Even now, 41 years old, jumping with half people in half his age. That's insane. Number 3, I'll probably give you Michael Jordan. You know, ahead of his time. So number 4, Tom Brady. Number five's a tie though, with Serena Williams and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
So, anyways, well, if you're still here in the comments, let me know. Let me know who's here. Giveaway. Whoever comments next is going to win a giveaway. I guess people are asleep. T5 Peer Entertainment. You win a giveaway. Send us your email. That being said, Val wraps up for the Playboy Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Lopez. This is Trading Delay. Follow us tomorrow. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, wherever, and give us a review. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what we can get better at. And yeah, follow our social. Okay, Jaden wins. Follow us. The 15. Follow us on social media. Trying to get more active on your social media again. So yeah, comment, subscribe, like this podcast, and we'll see y'all next Friday.